Hey, NASDAQ. What do we got? Monday? What is today's? Today the 20th. April 20th. Okay, I am your host, Alan Palmer. What are we looking at here? Okay, last night, top left-hand corner, last night, 89.60. Crude oil, we're talking crude oil. This is the June contract. Okay, let's go to a daily here. Okay, and this was, if this market was going to fail, it would fail right at this opening here. What's the opening? 89.72. Okay, this was Friday. I think this turned this thing in. That's it. It's over, in my opinion here. We'll watch this right here, 85.37 here. But this is what I want to show you here. Okay, so this is where we opened. Okay, so remember, 89.70, okay, up around under 90, up here, okay, this is where we rallied to, and this was this day. Oh, you know what, hang on a second, that might be an olive from right there to there. All right, so we're getting ready, 9:43 here. Here's the stock market here, okay, we've had, I don't know, maybe 13 days higher or close, it depends if your futures. Here's the S&P. We just started the second bar here. We tried to stabilize here, and all of a sudden we make new lows here. Not the overnight lows. This is silver, and you know what? Just in this little, these are both 12 minutes here. This is crude oil here. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about here. So we went up to 89.60. Okay, 89.60. Okay, right here where these X's are. Okay, this was overnight high. Now listen, I just threw these up here from here to here because I think this really hurt the market here. And this would be how you play a couple of these levels here. Okay, well anyway, here's the day session here. So we got one of these small greens. We got these two reds. Okay, and we broke... This is kind of here. This is one of these reds. This is just halfway back of here to here. The red, 85.38 here. So, and but what was just the hair of a tick unusual is silver rallied and on the same time, crude. So here's bean oil here. Here is meal here, 335. This was one of these olive line sells. Up above you had something else here. Today we're down $5 here. This thing's starting to leak. Bean oil here. We're coming back to this green over here above in bean oil. Okay, so bean oil is kind of separating itself from crude oil here. Let's go to take a peek at this. Okay, let me put up a daily here. You'll see we're glued to the highs. Okay, even though crude oil broke massively. And here's beans here. Oh, you know what? Here, I want to drag down these meats here. This is going to be cattle here. This was just, it's a trade. It's a trade. And in the D's here, 238.90 is today's high. Look at yesterday's high, 238.92. Okay, this would just be, we went up to an olive. We got a decent 3-day sell-off, 42 to, what did we go down to? 34. Okay, $8 sell-off, 24.5 is 2%, 10 would be 4%. Kind of stabilized here. You had some old highs, okay? But the deal is here and here, the same thing in the October. You get back under this high, 239.42, which we are. This is a daily here. I'll put it up on something shorter term. This is an olive sell, meaning this was violated here, okay? You can come back down and buy the greens, okay, for a scalp. Or if you're short here, to cover and then breathe. The fronts are a little bit stronger here as opposed to yesterday's high here. So spreads are moving a little bit. And here's a diamond down in hogs, okay. This is June here at about 100. And you got June over here. We're up about 250, okay. So 150% over or 150 handles over, just since you got one par. And just something to look at here. There are those cowboys that do that, although they probably have been called here in the last few years of record high cattle prices. Let's finish off on the grains I did not cover here. This is July corn. Oh, yeah. What's July Dees today? You know, I wouldn't sell it. You know, it's not that it's bearish, but I wouldn't sell it. Why bother? Okay, let's look at May here. Okay, so May had this 48 in the goats. Again, we traded it here. This is spot here coming into first notice day. Okay, it's less of a panic in grains here going into delivery here. And these are just a couple here. See that dark blue horizontal here? Let me take that off. They just get placed on CQG because CQG is so slick that if you're looking at one to see where it is opposed to another one, it'll place a horizontal trend line so you know where two different things are at the same time or in the past. Here we got wheat here up a nickel here. I don't know. 3-day sell-off here like crude. And all of a sudden we stabilize here. Actually, that would be like crude because you're under the previous day's high. And then here you just negate it here. And then here today you gap up and they test it back down here. So, you know, for the guy that sold it there, he'll be scratching it possibly. You know, just a way to think of it. Here's gold, bottom right-hand corner here. You know, it did. You know, we didn't have the original sell-off. I talked about central banks having to sell some gold to pay for some crude oil here. Crazy talk. Okay, now I just picked this out. Oh, this is May 26, RBOB. Okay, this is unleaded gas. Okay, so this is the spread here. We were at like 24 cents. We went to, what do we go up to? 87 cents over. Okay, the May over October 26, okay? So, and then this is here, this is just a back month here in Dees RBOB here, nothing. Here's June, okay? I got a couple of, oh, hang on a second here. Okay, this is June crude oil here, I'm sorry, June RBOB, unleaded gas. Okay, I threw in these two trend lines right here. See how they're all fluorescent? Okay, so they are all of the same foundation. Anyway, this one over here, yeah, top of the buying, 308.37 is the line here. What do we get up to? Call it 308 even, round down a nickel. Okay, we're under 303. Okay, so this is $480. Could be 42. I do, you know what? It's not even worth it. So for times 5 cents. So you know, about $2,000. Okay, just about $2,000. The range here today, from right here, this little range right here. Yesterday here, this is why I think they did so much damage. 310 to 283, 27 cents was yesterday's range. Man, oh man, I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's a sale with a stop over 310. You know, here, what's this? 1120, 311.20. You know, if you wanted to put it over that here, but right here in this area here, you know, or you have a stop at 309.20 or something like that if you're going to sell it here. And you got this 305.50. So we're at 303. This is in the RBOB here. Let's just go. Do I have the diesel here? This is nat gas. Okay, the nat gas is in the 3-figure. You can see the months here. We wanted to go to heating oil. Let's just go heating oil just because we want to know what diesel is, okay? So this is May. So as we approach delivery here, we are in delivery. Don't trade it, okay? 356, 370. Wow, 370 was a high? Holy camole. Look at this. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, okay? This is a daily chart here, okay? So let's go to something like... Okay, that looks like that's what it is. 369.21, okay? From here to here. It's drawn, okay? This is drawn. I didn't draw this today. This is because we're getting ready to leave May here. But in any event, that was about the high. You still had $400 worth of risk up to 370, you know? So it's a rich contract here, but head and shoulders top. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, come up, test this neckline. I don't know. We'll see. You know, we'll see. I wouldn't buy it with your money. Long. To hold. For any duration. I think the risk is the downside. Top right-hand corner over here. This is November weekly here. Okay, that diamond pattern has been broken. Wow. Here, hang on. We might have one of those lines over there, too. Okay, we do. In the Nove heat, okay, listen. 316.46 and 288.40, okay? These are live right now. Both of these right now. That's in the November. That's in the back month. If you need anything, email me, or go take a but still email me so I can start getting it out to you right away. I don't check that every day. I don't check the, got busy markets going on. ARP@NASDOG.com. Thanks for watching. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk.